4. One more game left. Let's do this, Tasteless. This is the PokerStrategy.com Team Liquid Star League. This is Game 5 of the third, fourth place match, an extremely exciting series. Some really wild and crazy, wacky, silly games so far. We have Sen in the top left with the white Zerg. And in the bottom left, we have JF with blue Protoss. And I'll tell you what, Tasteless, he's going to be blue if he loses this game because he started out 2-0 with a huge lead in Game 3.
So that was your tasteless impression earlier of me doing the TSL.
Yeah, man.
I felt like you sounded more like the Dark Knight in Batman.
That's what you sound like,
I am
man.
the Dark Knight. This is a TSL.
Why are you whispering? All right.
I'm growling, man. I'm roaring.
Right.
I'm trying to roar.
No, don't roar, please. It is early here in Seoul, South Korea, 5:21 a.m. No roaring, Tasteless. All right, Andromeda. I'm really hoping we have a long macro game.
We won't
We
because
see a lot of these.
Oh, excuse me. I thought we were gonna see a proxy for just a second.
No.
He didn't send his probe out. They're very early though. Pylon at the expansion.
Yeah, JF. He is not going to proxy, man, because he wants his bling. Okay, JF.
He wants his bling.
He wants his bling.
He
man.
wants those minerals, man.
Yeah, he wants something shiny around his neck, and he's got to beat Sen to get it. Otherwise, he just has to settle for ice cream.
Ice cream might
Yeah, man,
be what it is.
He is so young. His parents will bring him for ice cream if he loses to cheer him up.
There you go.
Yeah,
We are again. Remember, this map is tough for Protoss.
it is.
It's not the hardest map in the world for Protoss, but it is not an easy map to play on. Because, of course, your main is so big, drops are very strong.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to secure a third gas base. You can try to take an island, but oftentimes if you're taking an island, you're going Corsair Reaver, and that build is a little bit shaky, especially if your opponent gets queens, it gets ensnare.
And also the new burrow strategy that was coming up towards the end of Andromeda, where people would just burrow Hydralisks around the map in random flight patterns.
Right. That
and
was
try to
very
pop
effective.
them up if they were really quick. So, we might see things out of Sen like that if it does progress that stage. Which I tell you, Tasteless, I really hope this gets into the big, massive, nasty macro game with storms and scarabs and plagues and swarms and ultras and everything under the sun.
Everything.
Basis. I want to see everything this
It's
game.
like Terran units coming and stuff, and it's just this big FFA
There's like
and
siege
stuff.
tanks and yeah.
Zelnaga come down. Right now, this is I have no idea who's gonna win.
I don't either. These games have been so crazy. It looked before it started, I felt like, Sen will probably take this 3-1. Then JF opened up those after the beginning of Game 3. I'm like, well, this is a certain JF 3-0. But here we are in Game 5. These two are just they are being brutal to each other, man. They are not friends in this match at all.
One thing I gotta say is that all these games have kind of not been the way we would have expected them to turn out. I mean, Game 4 is a little bit different because that was a pretty short game, but everything else has been one of these comeback games.
Yeah.
Very awesome to see. So I really, I'm almost apprehensive about making any strong, bold predictions, but on that note, though, here we're seeing Sen go with what he's normally been doing.
Yeah,
and
taking that quick third.
Yeah, quick main base, quick natural rush, but of course you secure a main base with that.
And what's quite nice about that is that Zerg can also get that mineral base in their main. And the reason why this is really good for Zerg, this extra mineral base, is as Protoss, what you really want is gas against Zerg.
Right.
The other races, they really want tech units against Zerg. They need to be very cost efficient, whereas Zerg loves to just make extra lings. If they get an extra mineral base, they're like, oh, sup, more Zerglings. And those, they eat fire, they can kill people. They're just an amazing, amazing unit to have extras of. So Sen is going to feel really quite comfortable just taking that base at his leisure. I'm sure that's where, you get your 4th and 5th hatchery normally at the same time. One of them will be there.
Certainly. We do see the Cybernetics Core finishing. We should expect the Stargate, but nothing is certain right now with these two players because it's been such a dynamic game. No second gas here as well. That's a bit unusual because normally we would see that nabbed a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I thought that we would see that. We do see the Stargate going up. And there we go. He is getting the second gas now. Sen, in the meantime, getting his layer up. His third base has just popped. He's got a drone already sent out. And, a Zealot harassment. And he gets a drone right there. He's got another Zergling and a drone. And can he get another drone? And Sen, you gotta be careful, buddy. A beautiful micro there by JF, predicting the drone's movement and moving the Zealot so that he can catch him on the way out. That is how you micro Zealots, folks. Very nice move there by JF. And Sen transferring a couple drones over to that third base.
The drone transfer, yeah, it's underway. He's getting a Robo base, of Corsair Reaver.
That's what I like to see, and this is going to enable him to be able to take that island base.
I think one thing about Corsair Reaver is that it is, in my opinion, and maybe it's just me, but I have talked to a lot of Protoss players that feel the same way. Corsair Reaver is probably one of the hardest openers
as Protoss.
As Protoss.
It is, no, I think so, yeah.
It actually requires so much focus on your army, because if you lose a single Corsair or two, or you lose a shuttle, you lose the game, which means sometimes your minerals can get out of control.
That's quite true.
And of course, it's not an opener you get to do all the time.
Oh, very true. You need the right map, you need the right situation for it.
Right.
And one thing that you'll see a lot because of that is you'll just see like a gateway explosion after the Corsair Reaver. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see JF do that. You know, he's very micro-intensive, so I think he can control it fine. And I just expect that we will see that explosion of gateways when he looks back and says, oh my god, I have 3,000 minerals. But it is a ridiculously hard build to play. You know, everyone's tried it. Even as a Terran player, I've tried Reaver Surrogates.
It's really hard. You got to reload those Scarabs. You got to keep the Corsairs alive.
It takes a lot of APM.
Yeah.
But JF, he is really good at this type of thing, so I am hoping that we do not see some sort of weird quick ending again. The Corsair right now in Sen's base harassing this Overlord, but we do have Scourge Macon, so he's got to be careful with that.
Scourge being coddled right now by Kerrigan until it's time to pop out and take out these Corsairs. They do pick off the that one Overlord. Now he needs to get out of there. This is actually a mistake. He shouldn't be there. He's getting a little bit greedy. Oh, he knows better than that.
Just wants to hurt that Overlord a little bit.
Oh, well.
And he saves it.
Very nice save. Oh, take a look at this. He's getting Dragoon range here. Now, what that tells us is that he's going for a timing attack. He's not going for a long-term Dragoon, Corsair Reaver attack. He's going for a timing rush here. Very nice bait. You know what's funny about this is that he did send the Corsair to his expansion instead of his main base because he didn't want the Scourge to fly over the Cybernetics core, because if he saw that...
He could think it's +1 Sarah attack.
But there's all these gateways now, and he spotted that.
That's quite true. But he sees that there are in fact no Corsairs making, and he goes to the main base. There's no cannons in there. He's thinking, going on right now. It's going to be a Dragoon Reaver, as you said, and I'm really, really excited to see if JF can really pull this off, because, well, you know, Sen, he's getting mutas right now. He's got a lot of hatches. He's got his Hydrost Den. He's got, in fact, Lurker upgrade making, and if he invests a lot of money into Lurkers, then actually this Dragoon Reaver timing could be extra strong, because both those units so strong against the Lurker.
When you do a Dragoon Reaver push mid-game, which is, again, a very difficult timing thing to do, what you got to be careful about is keeping that shuttle and the Reaver alive, because Dragoons by themselves aren't that strong. It's really with this backbone Reaver that you manage to win the game. So everything that Sen is going to do right now is going to be about killing, or at least assassinating, the shuttle, not necessarily getting the Reaver, but killing that shuttle so that the Reaver can't be mobile with the Dragoon army. You can see more Scourge come over here. They do scout out all these gateways. Indeed, probes are being cut right now. Many have already, and he is just looking. Ruh-roh.
JF's main is devoid of cannons. Here come the Dragoons to try to defend against these mutas, but the mobility of the mutas going to really punish JF here. JF right now, I think he feels his bling getting further and further away. He has got nothing, man, to defend this. At both mineral lines, he's using only Dragoons, not the most mobile of units, Tasteless.
This strategy here by JF is very timing oriented. He has the two Reavers. Now's the time he has to move out, and you can see the Dragoons are going to organize right now. They're going to move outside the front of JF's base. He doesn't care about his main anymore. It's all about this one timing attack. The shuttle, the Corsair, the Dragoons. No, he's going to back up for a second and try to engage these Mutalisks. Now, Sen has to be very careful, and I don't believe he was doing that for a second. They're engaging those. But all Sen wants is to keep JF inside of his base. I almost think this is somewhat of a mistake for JF not to just go and attack right now, but it's a very tough decision. Like I said, Corsair Reaver, very hard to do.
Well, he's losing just a ridiculous amount of probes here. You know, his attack basically has to win the game. He's just lost so much economy.
He did do a lot of damage.
Is even higher than his, so...
Yeah, excuse me. He did do a lot of damage to these Mutalisks, but again, the whole game plan for Sen is to just last for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Two or 3 minutes, roughly. And you can see he's already got the Hydra Ling combination.
A lot of Hydra Ling popping out. I mean, his economy is quite great. I don't know if JF is going to be able to break him with this, man. This is not looking good. And in fact, he has no observers. So if JF randomly has made a couple lurkers, then JF is in worse trouble than he already is.
I don't blame JF for doing a build like this on this map, but I don't know if it's going to work out. It's all going to come down to this attack, though. A little bit of a later attack, but it could still work out with a matchup as crazy as these two players. The Reaver's in great position here. The Muta's coming in for an attack. He's target firing the Reaver. Nice pickup drop again. The Reaver.
Beautiful flank here, man.
Wow.
Look at this. Almost 360-degree flank by Sen. And JF is going to be dead, man. This is going to be it.
Yeah, that's GG.
3 full mining bases for Sen, a higher supply. JF, we've got so few probes at this point, 45 supply. He's got no Reavers to try to defend any counterattack that Sen may decide to do. It looks like he's getting ready to take another 2 bases. And just JF, man, fall out of his grasp. It looks like Sen is going to be able to take this game down.
Then, unfortunately for JF, just handled himself very well. Talk about a comeback, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
from 0-2 to 3-0.
To 3-0. And what this reminds me of is the very first TSL, where JF was the one bouncing back.
We've seen a lot of 0-2 to 3-0s in this.
What a dramatic event this has been at the TSL. Dragoon's being taken out now. Expect GG any second. This is TSL and Artosis. We live in Korea. We commentate StarCraft and GG. Great games.
Wow. This is unbelievable. Sen, you know, this guy is a monster. Been playing StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 1. Just won $2.5 thousand in 3rd place in the most prestigious foreigner-only tournament, the PokerStrategy.com Team Liquid Star League. JF, a great showing by him after a year of semi-inactivity. He takes 4th place overall. But the big match, it is tomorrow. Same time, same place. You all have to go check that out, definitely. It's going to be Noni against Mondragon. Mondragon in tip-top shape. Been eliminating Gosu's left and right. Noni as well. Unbelievable. And I personally know he's been practicing against the Eastro Pro team. So that is one no one is going to want to miss. Definitely check that out with Chill and Day 9 tomorrow.
Definitely check it out, guys. I want to thank all of you for joining us.
That's right.
And on behalf of the TSL staff, thank you for tuning in. Check out our sponsors here. And of course, this is myself. We love StarCraft. This is our passion. And we're always happy to share our passions with you, talking about the best game in the whole damn world.
That's right.
StarCraft.
StarCraft, man. Yeah. That's where it is at. Thank you so much to everyone out there who has watched. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Of course, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Get your mom to sit down and watch it with you, because it is literally, with StarCraft 2 here, the final match of StarCraft 1 as far as I'm concerned, man.
Oh, yeah. This is the last, as far as, yeah, I agree with you.
As far as foreigners go.
Yeah, the last big event, unless StarCraft 2 is delayed for another year, which could theoretically happen. It is a Blizzard game. Nothing wrong with that. They take their time with their games. But this is essentially, the last big non-Korean StarCraft match here.
That's right.
Very well-deserved players, Mondragon and Noni.
That's right. So thank you, everyone, the fans especially. Also, TeamLiquid.net are putting together this wonderful tournament. It's been a blast.
Absolutely.
And also PokerStrategy.com. Go check them out for certains.
All right, this is Tasteless and Artosis GGing out of this event. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, TSL.